Now, moving on, let's head to the front lines in California where activists battle the bottle in a high and dry lawsuit against corporate greed. You may remember an earlier episode when we called out Nestle for bottling water in California. You know, the state that has been experiencing extreme drought for the past 4 years. Well, despite the work of thousands of activists, the shitfucks at Nestle don't seem to care that they're literally sucking California dry. In fact, Nestle CEO Tim Brown had this to say when asked if Nestle had any plans to stop or even curtail California bottling. Absolutely not. In fact, if I could increase it, I would. Wow. I wonder if he eats endangered species for breakfast or just enjoys killing them to watch them die. Anyway, that asshole aside, despite this blatant sociopathy and little to no support from government, activists aren't giving up. In fact, they're kicking it up a notch. This past Tuesday, a coalition of the Center for Biological Diversity, the Story of Stuff Project, and the California Courage Campaign Institute filed suit against the U.S. Forest Service for allegedly allowing Nestle to bottle water from California's San Bernardino National Forest with a permit that expired 27 years ago. Yeah, apparently the permit from the U.S. Forest Service, thank you again, expired in 1988, yet Nestle continues to pump about 68,000 gallons of water out of the forest every day. And if you're thinking, well, the U.S. Forest Service must be getting wads of cash for their complicity in this shit, well, you'd be wrong. They get $524 a year. That's 524. If you consider how much Nestle makes off of their bottling, it's clear that we are actually literally subsidizing their environmental destruction. And meanwhile, the U.S. Forest Service has spent the past 27 years, I actually don't know what the fuck they've been doing. Not once have they reviewed the permit since it expired. And yet, if I try to get onto a plane with an expired license, I'm detained for an hour and asked if I've ever talked to anyone with dark hair. This bullshit is simply a case of extreme neglect and corporate strong-arming. And these groups, plus thousands of Californians, are fucking sick of it. With this lawsuit, the three groups are calling on the courts to immediately shut down the 4-mile-long pipeline that siphons water from the Strawberry Creek in the San Bernardino National Forest and directs it to the Nestle bottling plant in Ontario, California. Furthermore, they demand that the U.S. Forest Service conduct an environmental review due to the immense impact on both local habitats and wildlife. To show your support and spread the word about this incredibly important fight, visit couragecampaign.org and storyofstuff.org, where you can also see a mini documentary about this fight for water, for people, and planet.